It is Monday night, and I just decided I would make a video today to talk about politics online and how, when I come to this particular site, YouTube, you might have heard of it. I'm served with nonstop videos about politics and just the way the world is. I've been trying to avoid it, and I can't. And I mean, I am aware of what is going on in the world right now. But I want to talk about the politics online. I mean, there's a lot of good political commentary channels on there on social media and on the vast stretches of the internet. I think that's pretty good, and people that do the research and they can talk intelligently to a lot of these going ons in the world. But there's this other kind of breed of political commentary online, which I find problematic, because they're talking about politics in kind of the most surface level way. And look, if you are passionate or interested about politics and you're, naive about it, or you're younger, my suggestion to you is, be a good citizen, honestly. And these channels don't seem to kind of do that, just basic groundwork. Like, if there's an election, vote, find out what your candidates are running on. What are the issues in your area? The politics I'm most interested in, or what affects me most in my day-to-day life. But these kind of political channels, it's they wouldn't encourage something like that. They don't seem to encourage something like that. It's more about getting popular. And politics is important, but it can be kind of boring, and to some degree it should be, because if it's boring, then we can all have like relatively sane lives, and that's a good thing. But online, it just seems to be getting like more problematic, more worse and worse. And it's just about how popular you are, how much you talk about politics, and then you can set up various things to monetize your channel as you talk about politics, and fine, whatever. But really, do you care at that point if you're doing all that kind of stuff? I don't know. I mean, everyone's different, obviously. I'm not trying to point the fingers, but this whole thing about talking about politics and stuff like this online, I think it's kind of bled over to, it's a very problematic thing where one very popular channel here I like to watch, and I'm not going to talk about the channels I don't like or that I find problematic. Just like to talk and mention the channels I do like. And sanity. I don't want crazy people saying crazy thing in the comments. It's, if you see me and you don't like this, here's a bit of advice. You don't have to watch me. It's that simple. Anyways, back to the point I'm trying to make. So, with the H3H3 podcast, what's going on there? And you can, watch the videos that Ethan Klein put out recently. But for me personally, I think, and I've been watching H3 for a long time, I think he is a very funny guy and very entertaining, and that's why I watch it, right? I'm not a super fan where I'm subscribed to it and doing all that stuff, but like putting it on the background while I work. I really enjoy listening to, the banter of the crew and stuff. I think it's really well done, and I think he is very entertaining, very funny, and very innovative, honestly. But, obviously, as you know, if you follow this, he had a political podcast previously, and there was a fallout in this whole thing that's happening. And it would seem to me some of these channels kind of going after him recently for, reasons the internet we know exist. You don't need me to tell you it. It's just on there. Are these kind of like commentary channels? They're very surface level. Like they're talking about politics in a way to, get popular, to be seen. Like, I don't get it. Maybe I'm old. I'm an old guy, so maybe I just don't understand it. But I think it's really led into something really dangerous where, and again, Ethan posted the video, watch the video. I don't explain it to you, but basically all the stuff they're dealing with these other commentary channels being very problematic and doing just insane things, having CPS being called to them, which completely unfucking necessary, grotesque, awful. And like, so I think there's this like just way we need to conduct ourselves better online, honestly. Like, what I just said earlier. Okay, so maybe you don't like the H3 podcast. That's fine. You don't have to watch it, and you don't have to harass these people. You don't know these people, right? It's so gross. And I know and I don't want to get into it because it's a very heavy topic with things of anti-Semitism, which I absolutely abhor, grotesque and awful again. And it's just so ridiculous. But I think after saying all this, and hopefully I'm getting somewhere with this, the point I want to make is, this stuff does not to be happening. Some creators does not need to be harassed, getting CPS called on them. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. But who is responsible for this? Who is responsible for this? Popular surface level politics channels, which are just like, as the kids like to say, slop channels these days that don't contribute to anything. Who is responsible for this like level of harassment and nothing being done about it? It's these tech platforms. They are making money hand over fist over our misery. Every time I go on X, I'm instantly pissed off about something. I try to avoid it because it's just like, I don't want to live my life being angry all the time. Reddit, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, they have a responsibility, and they just could not be bothered. They're profiting off our misery. So I don't know. With my 2 subscribers, and one I'm one of the subscribers, I don't know. It's getting to a point where something needs to change. I don't know what that is. I'd certainly encourage the people that are angry about a creator. You don't have to harass them. You don't have to watch them. And people that are upset about all this crazy stuff happening, levels of harassment that just are like way too high. Yeah, I don't know. Really do what we can as just citizens. Like, we go to vote, we find out what's going on. I think the same thing here. And granted, a lot of these systems are automated, so it's frustrating because you can never find a human. Like, I'll never talk to a human at YouTube because who fucking cares about this channel besides myself? And I'm just doing it for my own, self-satisfying purposes at the end of the day. But I think it is good to make a stink and do whatever you can. Anyways, Monday night, some rambling. H3H3, if you're listening, it's awful what you're going through. I'm 100% pathetic with what you're going through. Completely awful. Keep doing the good work, and Godspeed.